What up, everybody?
Yo.
We are live again for the. Oh Lord, I can hear myself on that TV. That's kind of throwing me for a loop. Yeah, we're back for week 2 of the March Madness. I guess you really can't really say it's a preview.
No.
It's more of a. What do you want to call it?
I don't know. More of a. I think kind of. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. More of a just like a comeback. This is our comeback story, our comeback sequence, because I messed everything up, man. Yeah, my bracket was done.
Yeah, when you said it best, you're like, my bracket's so red.
I know, bro. I don't know. Yeah, this is wide open, bro. I think this year, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of unexpected teams that's really making a come up. I like it though. I think it's good for sports. I think it's good for basketball, period, bro, because you get to see some real hooping. Like everything else aside, it's been some real hooping for sure. So
yeah, I mean, first of all, let's give a shout out to Fairleigh Dickinson.
Hey, look. I didn't see that one.
Definitely didn't see that one. Second team ever or second 16 seed ever to beat a 1 seed.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. And we kind of had talked about it off camera, but we knew when he was competitive in the round of 32, he's gone.
Oh yeah,
Tobin Anderson is going to be gone.
Yeah, he gonna need a different job for sure. Yeah, where is he now?
He
took
is
the
at
Iona job.
Yeah. Oh, hold on now. Did you show everybody?
I didn't.
I mean, she's kind of laggy. You got to deal.
I'm a little laggy. We got to get a different cord.
Yeah, but
we did Free Laney, huh?
We did Free Laney. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did that. A little laggy.
A little bit, not too bad though. But yeah, so Tobin Anderson goes on and coaches his way to I wouldn't say a major D1 job, but
yeah,
it was pretty close. I mean, Iona obviously losing Riputino, they moved right in and got to work right after that.
Scoop them on up.
Yeah, Blake. It is more of an I was wrong. We were wrong.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Very wrong. Shout out to Blake. I work with Blake, so
for sure. What's up, Blake?
But yeah, so round of 32 is come and gone.
Yeah.
We are now down to the Sweet 16.
Mm-hmm.
Second weekend of March Madness. Let's get into it. We don't have the computers today. Sorry. Again, our bad, but we're going to kind of just go through the games. It's really, 8 games, so not a lot that you really wouldn't even need to see. It's probably going to be a short little live episode. But where do you want to start?
Yeah, you're going to have to remind me. I need to pull up the
let's start
sure.
Let
me see.
Let's start at the top left with Alabama and San Diego State.
Okay.
Tough game, I think.
I do too. I agree.
Bama one thing we've seen with Bama has been their depth.
Yep.
Brandon Miller goes scoreless, right? First game, didn't score a point.
Correct.
Damn.
In the NCAA tournament, Brandon Miller does not score a single point in the first game. Correct. And they still won by almost 30.
I know. Yeah.
Almost 30.
I didn't even peep that.
Well, they played a 16 seed, which, no offense to
Correct.
your Fairleigh Dickinsons, but they didn't play Fairleigh Dickinson.
Word. Yeah.
We can just say it. We can just leave it at that.
Word.
But I think Bama's depth is so crazy. Now, San Diego State scores the ball well. Defensively, it's just when we talked about Bama, their depth from top to bottom, guards,
them bigs, bro,
and bigs too.
Plug and play. That's a plug and play team, if you ask me, bro. Like you said, they have really good guard play. Mm-hmm. When they want to, they can shoot the 3 ball. When the 3 ball is not falling, they have good defensive sound. People to kind of get stops too. So it's like very complete team, bro. I think as much as I like San Diego State, and the things that they've been doing, I just don't see them beating Bama. I'm gonna be real.
Right.
That's me. I do think it's gonna be tough though. I think they can keep it competitive for sure.
It'll be close, and I think a lot of people are saying, if Bama falters, this is where they're gonna do it.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It's gonna be against a team like San Diego State. Now, granted, there's a lot of other factors. You got a full week worth of rest, a full week worth of prep.
Yep.
But we do have to, look at the facts. Bama's going to be a better team.
Yeah.
I agree with you that Bama moves on to the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
I hope they don't.
But
I think they're going to as well.
Yeah, I agree that this is going to be a tough one for me, but I think we're all in agreement that Bama's going to go on. Now, if they shock the world,
That's crazy.
congratulations. To
You
San
know?
It's really wide open then. You know
Word,
what I mean?
Yeah.
word.
Who's next in that bracket?
In that bracket, below that, you have Creighton and Princeton.
Okay, Princeton.
This is the complete, like, shocker. Princeton is the one that nobody
Are they
saw.
like that?
I don't know. I both of the games that they played, I did not watch.
What the chat saying? Are they like that?
Let's see.
I don't know. I mean, they're there, but
Right.
it's like, are they really there though?
But then you've got Creighton.
Well,
So it's like,
Team that beat us earlier this year.
That's what I was about to say. They're kind of I don't know the word for it. Like it's just one of those teams that's decent enough to really get it done, bro. It's hard to explain. Kind of like, I don't want to go NBA, but kind of like Clippers. You know the potential's there. You know what they could do. Can they do it every day, night in, night out? That's what we don't know.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Lately in the tournament, Creighton's been looking decent. So
Yeah, they're fundamentally sound. Obviously, you know,
that's
they
a good
beat,
one.
they beat us in the Maui Invitational. Now,
that was a real rough.
they were in the bonus for like
Yes.
14 minutes left to go in the
that
second
was
half.
going to be my point. Is that was a really rough refed game.
Yeah.
Caveat.
But yes.
Yeah, I think I think Princeton, obviously, you're going to come in juiced up. You're in the Sweet 16 for, I don't know if this is the first time ever or not, but you're going against a more probably experienced team in terms of having faced tougher games throughout the year. Not saying that Princeton hasn't and dogging on their strength of schedule, but you know, like Creighton's playing against us in the Maui Invitational.
Right.
There were some teams in the Maui Invitational.
Mm-hmm.
I think Louisville was in there, which that turned out to be a flop. But
Man.
yeah, San Diego State was in that,
Yep.
or was it San Diego State or San
No.
Jose?
What
Not
team
in the
was in
Maui?
there though?
Oh no, it was San Diego State.
That's what I thought. Because
You're right.
Good. Yeah, you
You're
know,
right.
Yeah,
it was.
for sure.
It was.
Yep.
It was. And if we had it in queue, I have it on my phone. So the picture. Yeah.
There's a way to stream the phone like thing. I don't know how to do it.
We
though.
end up battling back and beating them, right?
yes.
Yes,
Word.
we did.
That was the Kamani game.
Thank
That
you,
was the
Kamani.
Kamani showing out game in Maui. Yeah.
Word.
So yeah, I like Creighton in this one, but I mean, how far did FGCU Lob City or Dunk City, whatever they
Oh,
called it?
how
How
far
far did
did
they
they
get?
make
They
it?
were a 15 seed.
Oh, for real? You were a 15 seed?
FGCU was, I believe, Florida Gulf Coast. They was going crazy in the tournament.
Word.
look.
Word. Yeah, I need to see.
They were
I need to
dunking
see.
everything.
I remember, but I don't remember them like, damn, they was going that crazy?
They were
they were.
hooping, bro.
Huh.
I mean, just getting out on the break
I
and,
probably slept on
and
them a
throwing
little bit.
lobs and everything.
I feel like all the teams I was expecting to go crazy didn't do nothing, bro.
same.
That's what's I don't
14
know.
seed.
Okay.
Oh, they were okay. They were a 14.
That's still,
14 seed in
you know, close.
2017. And they
No, I'm not talking about that one.
oh.
In 20, I was in high school, I think, when they went crazy.
I don't remember.
Let me look. Let me keep looking.
But yeah, I'm picking Creighton in this game.
Are you talking
am
about
too.
13? 2013?
Yeah. Well,
2013 they were a 15 seed.
we made it to the Sweet 16.
They
right?
beat Georgetown, San Diego State, and Florida.
Dang.
They got to the
I
Elite
don't
Eight.
really remember that.
Yes.
They went crazy.
They made it to the Sweet 16. Oh no, they lost to Florida. I'm sorry, I can't read. They lost to Florida in the Sweet 16.
Oh, okay.
That's still
Okay.
pretty far, though. Huh?
Yeah, they did. So, I mean, I think this is where the road kind of ends for the 15 seeds,
Yeah.
or for the 15 seed Princeton. Yeah, I'm taking Creighton there. Laney, what are you picking? I didn't forget this time.
Probably Creighton.
Yeah.
Probably Creighton. That's who I'm gonna go with.
Word. Not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that either. Let's go to the top.
Right.
Let's stay top right. So Houston's in this side.
So we've got
That's where it gets
Houston
tricky.
and Miami.
Tough game.
Mm-hmm.
Where we thought Houston would falter in the round of 32, they kind of thrived. I mean, they struggled a little bit early and then went on to,
Sasser is back.
That's what I'm saying. He came back. I didn't expect him to
I
come back.
think
this
he
early.
realized he had to play, but
Yeah, I mean, whatever they gave him, I need
It
to figure out
worked.
what they got. 'Cause
Man.
them long days in the gym like yesterday, I can bounce right back.
I know. No, it was a long day, though. It was, for sure. I don't know who I'm taking on this one, though, bro.
I think
don't
I'm
know.
going to take Houston. If Sasser
I
is
like
back,
Miami. I like Miami.
I know it's tough because Houston doesn't score well.
Chat saying.
What
Who
are
y'all taking?
They're actually just talking. They're saying W job not forgetting Laney today. So
Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might go. Sasser's back. I'm probably leaning towards Houston too.
okay,
Low
I don't
key.
hate that. I don't hate that.
But I do like Miami's team, man. They got the mini dinosaur. Dinosaur. I keep telling y'all that they got the mini dinosaur, bro. He got mad bounce.
He does.
Super athletic, bro. I like his game.
He does. I think, obviously Houston would be considered a complete team.
Yeah.
With Sasser back. I also, part of me is biased because I want Reggie to go as far as he can. He made it to the Final Four his transfer year, his first year transferring
Which
to
is
Houston,
so cool.
Yeah.
which is crazy. He can say he had a shot. They won that region.
Mhm.
I think you get a ring for that too. Which
And
is
then
wild.
we'll talk about Desi here in a little bit too. That's also really cool. But
Mhm.
anyways,
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards Houston here. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if Miami beats them, like you said.
Word.
But Houston has what's that big guy's name? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm taking Houston.
Yeah, I agree.
we've got two in the chat thinking Houston will get Miami in a close one, but then we also have Blake saying Miami. So
Shout
I
out
think it
Brian.
can go either way though.
yeah, I do too. I think I'm probably going to go Houston just because I want them to win.
Yeah.
While
Mad
we're
at
looking at while we're getting ready to talk about this next game, y'all make sure you share this. Let's get this out to people. I know it's 10:00 on a Wednesday night,
we
but
on the late side.
you
My
know,
fault.
that's
man.
okay.
We on the night shift, man.
yeah, pulling the all nighter here.
My
but
bad, man.
the next one, correct me if I'm wrong, is Xavier and
Texas.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It is though.
Texas.
Xavier's been a solid team throughout the tournament. I think a lot of people, including me, overlooked them.
I did as well though.
But I think Texas is they shot the cover off the ball.
Can they do it again though?
That's a
Can
good
they
question.
continue to do it? That's the thing, because I feel like that kind of bailed them out. I'm gonna be real
Mm-hmm.
at times.
Yep.
I was
Yeah.
watching them and I'm like, man, y'all hitting some real tough shots.
Yeah. Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't know if they can keep that up against a team like Xavier. They might make you pay a little more than the teams they've played so far. So
Right. It's tough for me because I like the way Marcus Carr plays.
yeah,
Jabari
I do
Rice.
too. I like Marcus Carr a lot. I've also, side note, I've listened to his interviews as a person, and he seems like a pretty solid kid. So I appreciate that about him too.
Yeah.
That that he's not talking crazy in an interview. That also helps.
Yeah,
but
he's not telling people I got big nuts and everything.
oh my God, yeah.
That was so funny. Sam says, "Don't trust in Xavier." That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm taking Texas here, man. I hate because we're kind of, at least right now, we're going all chalk. The better seed is going to win. But I think we talked about it last week, and for the first round, Texas top to bottom is also one of those teams that's got a lot of opportunity and capability with Marcus Carr, Jabari Rice, Ontario Morris, Dylan Disu, Timmy Allen, and then your subs off the bench are going to be key, and they can all come in and kind of play each other's role, and they're the more complete team, like you said.
word. That's why I'm leaning. I'm leaning towards them. I tell you though, if they go on the shooting drought, I don't know. I think Xavier may pull away.
Do you think defensively Texas is sound enough to? So you're saying they're not sound enough defensively to survive a drought?
They are, but I do feel like at times, again, the three ball and just the shooting in general kind of bailed them out. Whereas Xavier kind of makes the most of their possessions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So
Yeah.
that's where it gets kind of tricky for me. But overall, you can have dope teams, and then those intangibles come from when a team is more complete, and that's why I'm going with Texas. You feel me? So
Yeah.
maybe they can get it done. I feel like because they have a complete team, they'll have the intangibles to get it done late when it matters.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm going with them. So
That's a good point.
we'll see.
That's a good point.
We'll see,
I'm
though.
taking Texas. Laney?
I guess I'll go Texas too.
Yeah. I
won't
got a bracket.
I won't disagree with y'all yet, I guess.
I got a bracket with Texas in, like winning one. So,
I do too.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. Texas, yes. The only bracket I made, I have Texas winning it all.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
Yeah.
Laney.
Just because she didn't want Bama to win.
only because I didn't want Bama to win.
Yeah.
That is funny. So let's go bottom left now.
Oh, bottom left, you said
Don't tell me.
is
Purdue is out.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this is
Crazy. Kentucky is out. Tennessee's playing
Yep.
FAU.
Yes.
I'm going Tennessee on that one.
Yeah,
Tennessee,
I'm going
because
Tennessee.
did you see what they did at the end of the game the other night, FAU?
Oh, yeah, that dunk.
Talking about trying to
That
punch
was wild,
one.
man.
Bro,
Tried to do
go-
a 360 windmill.
And
Like, that's
missed it.
lame as hell, bro.
That was lame. Hell yeah, give me Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee.
I need-
and-
yeah,
you know
I
what
need
mean?
Tennessee, yeah.
And yeah,
That was
I'm
lame.
taking Tennessee. You got the smaller fake Luka.
That's what I'm saying.
Scovey.
And they got a small
Let's go, Ovi.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That big kind of.
Yes.
Wow, that's actually like a perfect
I promise.
analogy for that, actually.
Yep. He a small Rudy Gobert, bro. So I'm
Hey,
go-
I will
go
say this:
Tennessee.
Tennessee was beating Duke up.
They
oh
were.
My gosh,
I know. I
SEC
know.
ball, man, is different.
That's facts, though.
it really
That's
is.
why I
'cause
It's
missed.
different.
And I know that too. And I know that. And I still pick Duke. I don't.
I will say this: Duke with Coach K, I think they would win that game.
Yeah.
I think they would
Really?
win that
They
game.
they had like some guys, bro. They just couldn't stay with it, bro.
People in the
Tennessee beat 'em
chat,
up.
as well as my colleagues here, can we just talk about the fact that Filipowski is picked to go like high first round?
Clap it up for that.
Filipowski?
Clap it up. Clap it up. Look
That's
at Clay.
right,
Look
that's
at Clay.
right.
Look
I'm
at
not
Clay.
clapping. I'm not clapping. I don't know,
Bro, he all right, bro.
He
It's kind of a big guard, ain't it?
really? I don't know. From what we watched that Duke game, it didn't fit my fancy. I'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But whatever reason, you know what I mean. Go get your money, young fella. I don't see it. The scouts see it, and I've been wrong before, i.e., Andrew Wiggins. So,
All right.
we can talk
I
about
wish
that
we
later.
could clip that. Cut to
Well,
that.
yeah, if we had all the things ready, we definitely could have clipped that. But, yeah, Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm going Tennessee as well. Lane, you taking Tennessee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, down in that bracket, Kansas State is playing Michigan State.
Yes.
Ooh. Mhm.
That one's tough for me.
Yeah.
That
Same
one's
though.
so tough for me
Same.
because
I slept on Michigan State. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, me too. I did bad.
Yeah. Same.
I don't. Yeah, I want to pick Kansas State, but for some reason my gut's telling me Michigan State because
Same, though.
you have
I
a
think
more
Izzo's
experience.
rolling. Okay.
Yeah, well, just because of that, he's been to 25 straight NCAA tournaments, which is just crazy to think about. You know what I mean? Like they have not missed a tournament in 25 years,
That is crazy.
and we didn't make
What the
one.
hell?
Yeah, when like John Pelfrey and them were here, I think we made like one, and he was here for like 6 years. I don't know how long he was here. Don't quote me on that, but he had missed one in 25 years. The caveat to that, though, for me, is Marquise Noel,
Mm-hmm.
Desi,
Mm-hmm.
Keontae Johnson,
Mhm.
and then you just got some dogs. And the way they listen to Lil Baby, though,
I swear to, hey, I swear I was about to say that. I was like, now they do listen to Lil Baby in unison. Like, that may be unguardable. I don't know yet. I don't know. I think you're explaining it perfectly, bro. I think, man, I don't know. I don't think this one. It could go either way, bro. It really can.
Yeah.
For some reason, I feel like Michigan State may do it. Just because I feel like they're one of those teams that's kind of just like under the radar, but like whooping butt though, like kicking ass really, like the Spurs used to do.
Yep.
It's that type of vibe. Very well coached, low key. You know what to expect later on when it's too late.
Right.
So it's like, for that reason, I think I'm going to lean towards Michigan State. I think they're going to keep rolling. So
I would love to see Desi go on and play in an Elite Eight. He's been to the Elite Eight before.
yeah,
With us here at Arkansas, but I agree with you. I think Michigan State gets it done.
Laney, talk to me.
I am going Kansas State.
Okay.
So this will be one of the first ones I disagree with you
Okay.
guys on.
Good.
I feel like they are playing really well.
Yeah, they are.
I feel
though.
like they also do not back down at all.
They don't.
don't.
I mean, they were down 7 the other day to Kentucky.
Did you
at
see
one
what
point.
Cal said about that?
No, what do you say?
Marquise Noel. He was talking. He was just saying like, we outscored them by such and such and such in the second half. Out rebounded them, and we still lose. And then he was talking about it. And he said, yeah. And then the little kid, because he's like 5'7", 5'8", but he called him the little kid. He didn't even call him by his name.
That's kind of crazy.
Because but Cal addressed that later. I will say this is the only time I'll ever stand up for Cal
What'd he
ever.
say?
They did address it later, and Cal called him personally and said, "Your name had just slipped my mind. Like it was a complete misunderstanding, and he did apologize, and the kid tweeted, "We're all good, no big deal."
I ain't buying it.
I don't think I would either.
You know why I ain't buying it?
You know my name.
You know my name, and if you don't know my name,
You do now.
you do now. And the third, like, whatever word I'm looking for, the third inexcusable thing, before he comes in and takes that podium seat, somebody comes up and puts the stat sheet right here. He didn't have them stats of, hey, we out-rebounded them by 19 in the second half, just up here.
Yeah.
He looked down at it and
right.
said, we out-rebounded them by 19 in the second half. We scored more points in the second half.
That's a
now,
good
an
point.
assistant may tell him that, and he may remember that on his mind, but there's a stat sheet right here.
I ain't think about it like that.
But to be frank, in the moment, he's a frustrated coach that's just lost a big game, and he's angry, and he's mad, and he's not looking down at the paper to remember everybody's name.
I get
So,
that, but
I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt.
I get that. He went for like, what, 25 or 30? That stands out on the stat line.
I was gonna say, even in the huddle though, if you getting busted up, hey, you got a guard, you gonna say his name though.
Yeah.
Right.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Right.
I ain't never had somebody that I played against where we was getting torched.
that you didn't know their name.
Garceth.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly.
If we didn't know his name, now we know who we need to guard. We we know. You
Yep.
feel me? So for that reasons, I feel like that was kind of cap. But at least he tried to clear the cap up.
He
you know what I'm
did,
saying?
and
He did.
he
He-
called him
he tried to
personally.
save face.
And,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
It's
so-
all about the brand. You know what I mean? Give me, Ugh, I don't want to, but give me Michigan State here.
Yeah, I went Michigan State as well. I'm going Michigan State.
Yep, and I'm disagreeing. So I'm
Cool.
going Kansas State.
All right. We're going to move over to the right. But
Okay.
we're going to stay down. We're going to go UCLA and Gonzaga because I want to talk about the Hogs last.
Okay. UCLA.
And Gonzaga.
I don't know. To be real, man, I think the Zags gonna end up pulling it off.
I agree.
Drew, me,
Yep.
Timmy.
Drew.
feel me? And then they got. I'm gonna let you tell them who they
Julian Strother.
got. Tank.
Oh, yeah.
They got Tank. Clay put me on. Dude look just like Tank.
He does look like Tank.
Ain't undefeated. I'm gonna just keep it to me. You know, looking all right. He was looking all right the other night.
Which I'm going to be
Got
real.
to the line and all that.
Sorry, Blake. Blake's the guy that thinks Garcia is going to beat Tank.
Oh no. We can talk about that later too. But no, I don't. Blake, we've been cool, but I don't believe this one.
Sorry,
Gotta go
Blake.
Tank on
Had to throw
this
you under the bus. But yeah, I think the Zags get it done too.
Yeah, I think the Zags are gonna do it. What you think, Lenny?
I'm gonna go UCLA just because I don't want Gonzaga to win.
Got a
So
Kleenex in here.
no, I'm gonna go UCLA.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what you like. I mean, obviously UCLA has Jaime Jaquez or Jamie
No,
Jacques.
it's Jaime. It's Jaime Hawkins.
Yeah, I know. But I don't think that's enough. I'm about to I gotta blow my nose. Sorry, I just don't want it to come out on camera. It's gonna be
Ew.
nasty.
Yeah. We don't
But,
need that. Thank you.
But yeah, anyway, so the biggest game tomorrow, obviously tomorrow at 6:15.
Yeah.
Arkansas Razorbacks take on the Connecticut Huskies.
Come on.
I would just like to take a moment here. I am the only one on all three of our brackets
This is true.
who had us going to the Sweet 16. And I did go back and screen record the live stream where you both were like, no way. And you acted like I was absolutely crazy.
What we say, Laney?
No way is exactly what you guys said.
I think my reaction was,
That's exactly, actually, what your reaction was. So
Oh,
I would
gosh.
just like to tap myself on the shoulder, give myself a little high
we
five.
got you right here, Lou. You
Thank
deserve that,
Thank
chat.
you.
what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
You right.
But yes, this is probably the biggest game, obviously, for us. Other people
sure.
are going to have bigger games of the day tomorrow, but our biggest game is going to be tomorrow at 6:15.
I will say the refs tried to sell
Man, what?
hard.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
That little
Man.
off the curl of Jordan hit him in the back, and it's okay, foul. All right, cool, whatever, fine.
Nah, that was so crazy.
Fine and dandy. Then he drives left, spins back right. Kamani pulls the chair. He falls between Jordan and Kamani. They both standing like this. Nope, he got to
Yep.
go to the line.
Yes.
What is this? Who is this? Shigwe?
Basically, though. Basically.
Like, what are
That's
we
how I
talking
felt.
about? But then, we turned around. We weathered the storm. Shout out to Devo Davis.
Yeah.
Sure.
Had himself
For
a
sure.
game.
Big time.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a big time for sure.
Huge game. And so,
I will say the unsung heroes of that game was Ricky and Kamani.
I agree.
Those
I agree,
two
but
were silently in the details, and they were. I mean, Devo obviously, of course, but those two were the silent assassins in that game.
And you saw to your point, you kind of saw when Devo goes out. Obviously, the ref horrible call in our opinion. In my opinion, don't let me speak for y'all, but he goes out. You kind of saw Ricky flip that switch finally.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's taken him some times during games to kind of wake up, and he woke up at the perfect time.
I agree.
Against Kansas.
I agree.
And, you know, I think hopefully, hopefully for this game, this is maybe where we see a complete team. Mm-hmm. Nick Smith has been hunting his rhythm. Mm-hmm. Hadn't really had it this much this tournament, which is he's never been here before. This is a tournament. Everything means something. Every possession means something.
Right.
Devo has been here before.
Yep.
I think Devo is the only one that's been here before.
I mean, Kamani's been here, but he's not played instrumental minutes like Devo has. Mm-hmm. Devo and Kamani are the only two people on our team who truly act like they've been there because they have. And so that's why it shows. I mean, it definitely showed last game, in my opinion, that Kamani had been there.
Yeah.
Right. I agree. This one's tough. A lot of people are not worried about the Sonogo kid. And I said it today before I left. He's the person I'm worried about.
Yeah. Not mad at that. I mean, me too, though.
You know, I don't remember exactly. I think he's averaging like, 17 and a half, something like that. It's 18, which is basically 18. But if
physical,
like we said about Drew Timme last year, if Sonogo was playing in the early 2000s, he'd be a top 15 draft pick because he does what every big man back then did when the game was inside out first.
Yeah.
He scores and he rebounds.
Yeah. So the Sonogo kid is averaging 17.3 points per game, 60.5% from field goal range, 78.2% from the free throw line, 7.5 boards per game.
Wait, he's 72% from the free throw line?
78.2%.
He can shoot free throws?
That's free throws.
He would have been like a top 5 pick then.
Oh, yeah, he going that way.
But he's also averaging almost 8 boards per game.
Damn.
Tough.
Another Shigway, basically.
Basically. Yeah. Just not dirty.
Yeah, yep.
Well, that we know of. We ain't seen him really play yet, so we're gonna get to see
another
that.
Shigway.
This is a tough one. A lot of people are more worried about the Hawkins kid, which he's a shooter. I think Muss obviously has done a good job at showing us all year that we can kind of alienate shooters and put them kind of on that island.
Yeah.
We saw what happened with Brandon Miller when they came to Arkansas. Now, Devo goes under that screen. He gets a couple runouts. Then he finishes with like 13 points.
Mm-hmm.
Makes wide open threes. Wide open. That's the only reason.
With like 6 minutes to go in the game, he had nothing.
Yeah.
And I mean, just bang, 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 bang. They move, they played Bama basketball.
Yeah.
And got out on us. This one's tough. Part of me wants to bet against the Hogs strictly because I bet against them last week and we won.
I see your logic there. I see, you know what I'm saying? Think about it.
Yes,
you
sir.
on that time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that's my thing. However, should we win tomorrow, for some reason I'm not even worried.
I think we win tomorrow too.
Gonzaga
I really do.
Or UCLA.
I think we win tomorrow. I think I'm gonna be real, bro. I like what Walsh been bringing.
Yeah.
Sitting down, bro.
True.
Yes.
Sitting down. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much score for him now, which I feel like was kind of the case early on in the season. Now it's like, okay, I know my role.
Yes.
I need to be aggressive when it's time for me to be aggressive. And it's going to be times for him to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
All you got to do is clamp up first.
Yep.
And I feel like that's the difference I feel like we're starting to see because now it's not so forced. Now it's like, let me clamp up. We going to need to score on the other end. My guy's exhausted. Okay, I can find my rhythm this way, get to the basket, take that wide open three I'm going to get from AB.
Yeah.
I feel like he's starting to kind of piece it together, and he can make a big difference in the tournament. So I'm going to go Hogs, man. I'm going to go Hogs.
Laney?
I have us going to the Final Four in my bracket. So
yeah.
Mentally,
I'm going to continue to stay on my path.
Mentally, I do too. Part of me just wants to bet against him so, it's the same energy. But I do like the Hogs tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because our size and athleticism has been something that's bothered teams
all year.
Tournament.
Yeah.
All year. our ability to defend, like you said. Jordan has really become that second defender that
You know what I
Devo
mean?
needed to back him up.
True.
Because Devo took a lot of the weight on his shoulders all year guarding their best player.
Yep.
And I think, obviously that takes a toll on you when you have to play both sides of the ball.
Right.
I agree with what you said about Jordan stepping in and kind of letting the game come to him, making sure, like, hitting that wide open three off the horn set. He shot it confidently.
Right.
But
Knocked
because he
down.
was doing things on the other end, he was blocking shots, he was getting rebounds, pressuring the ball, running the lane, filling the gaps, setting screens.
That's good basketball energy, man. For those who don't know, man, that's just kind of how that works, man. Once you get it going on one end, it kind of allows you to
Naturally.
get, you know what I'm saying? It's an organic thing on the other end, and I think that's what you're starting to see with them. That's a real thing, though. That's real basketball hoop, man.
I
People
will
gotta
say,
understand
too,
that.
like, the one person who has been consistent with effort and energy the whole year, to me, in my opinion, has been Jordan.
Yeah.
I think, like, what you're going to get out of Jordan when it comes to him being on the court, regardless of if he's scoring a lot of points or whatever. Like, he's going to give you the same energy and intensity, and he's going to do what he can do to bring an impact, bring something to the game and impact it in a way.
Yeah.
It's Muss's 3 E's, energy, effort, and enthusiasm.
Yeah.
V's is energy, effort, and execution.
Yep.
So, yeah, give me the Hogs, man. Give me the Hogs. Oh, man.
I'm going Hogs, too. Woo pig, man.
6:15.
Y'all cheer us on tomorrow if
Yeah.
you in the chat, man.
6:15 tomorrow is going to be it's going to be tough for me.
It's going down for sure.
If
I'm
if
ready.
Sonogo gets hot and we get in foul trouble, it's going to be tough, I
Yeah.
think, for us. Just because our big depth, we got a lot of bigs, but all of our bigs do something different.
Word.
Obviously, Micaiah is a better defender, I think. I think he's a better post scorer. His brother can do a little bit of that too. Not saying that he's worse than his brother, but I think his brother may affect the game a little bit better, more defensively. Now, Mikal did have like 7 blocks one game.
I know.
So
Mhm.
maybe
It's there.
It is there.
It's there.
Maybe he just needs a little extra motivation. Obviously, Kamani, undersized, but got that dog in him.
But see, I'm thinking the same thing. Just throw bodies at them.
Yeah.
See what look works.
Yeah.
Early
agree.
on.
Agreed.
Come on, go. All right, twin. Oh, you thought that was it? We got one more. Yeah.
He looks just like him.
Well, and then hell, we got Jalen Graham. I mean, throw a body in there. Might as
bodies at
well. I agree.
Wear
I'm
him
with
down.
you.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, and obviously, I think too. Tomorrow for me, he hadn't played a whole lot, and I understand, like, from a defensive side, I think you got to make Sonogo work defensively.
Yep.
If you put Jalen Graham in there, he will make him work.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Word.
With his low post back to the basket, he's also really good at low post.
You're talking about him play defense.
Sonogo guard Jalen Graham.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. I'm following him now.
Yeah. Back to the basket. His floater, he's got to be like 98% with that little right hand touch.
I'm
Nice
telling
touch.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nice touch for sure.
I think you have to make him play both sides of the ball. And I'm not saying that the Twins and Kamani can't do that. But I do think mentally, if I'm UConn's coach, I'm probably looking at like, okay, when the Mitchell Twins are in there, just play solid defense. You know what I mean? When they set a screen, you can be in drop. When they set a screen, you can hard hedge. Don't worry about the roll. We'll tag on the weak side. When Jalen Graham is in there, though, he's a scoring threat.
Yeah.
So then you really have to, honor him.
Yeah.
I guess is the best way to do it, and hopefully we can move the ball around. And I don't know. I think if they zone us, it might be tough for them because we can rebound pretty well out of a zone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They gonna zone us, I think.
I would zone us.
At least a little bit. They gonna toss the lookout.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think I'm taking the Hogs.
yeah, I'm going Hogs for sure.
Do we want to? So right now we would be in the Final Four. Do we want to preview our Final Four now, or do we want to
No,
come back?
we'd be Elite Eight.
Oh, Elite Eight. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then we'll say the Final Four.
Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. My bad.
You already got yours in mind, bro. That's cool. Cause I don't know. Talk me through it.
Elite Eight wise, top left, we have
Alabama.
Alabama and
You said Creighton.
Creighton,
Yep.
yeah. Alabama and Creighton.
I'm going Bama here too.
I'm taking Bama.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm going Creighton.
I think
Strictly out of that.
I think I'm gonna be real. If Alabama, like you said, beat San Diego State, I think the Creighton game will be easier than that one.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I think
agree.
Alabama gonna get them up out of there.
I agree.
So that's my thought on it.
Yeah.
So then you go down, and
No, we
we
go
said
right. Oh, right.
Okay. We said
Houston and Texas.
Houston and Texas.
Damn,
Yeah.
now that one.
That's literally a coin flip for me.
So is. I agree.
I'm going to go Texas.
Same, though.
Yeah, I think that's where Houston's road stops.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm going to go Texas.
I'm going Texas, too.
Then bottom left, you have
Michigan State.
Michigan State and Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I'm going to go Michigan State.
I am, too.
I'm taking Sparty.
But I went Kansas State. So if I said Kansas State or Tennessee, I'm going Kansas State.
Yeah.
I think Kansas State can beat Tennessee.
Yeah.
But out of Michigan and Tennessee, I think Michigan State and Tennessee, I think Michigan State would win.
I do, too. I think Michigan State's, I think they get the best out of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And then over to our right, we've got the Hogs.
And Gonzaga or
and
UCLA.
Gonzaga. We said the Zags.
Okay. I said UCLA.
I'd rather see Gonzaga, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think we beat Gonzaga.
I do
Again?
too.
Yep.
Yes.
I do.
Again?
You have
I
a
do.
team. You have a. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You.
I don't. Go ahead.
I'm going to say the same thing, so go ahead.
You have a totally different team in Gonzaga last year. You got Julian Strawther returning, Drew Timme.
Agreed.
Okay, cool. Footwork king. Yeah, get your little, 18 to 25 that night. You don't have a Chet Holmgren. You don't have a solid guard. You do have Tank.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
It's guardable, though.
Very guardable.
It's guardable.
But you've got, like we've said all tournament, length and athleticism.
Yep.
You've got a 6'8" guard and Anthony Black. 6'4",
6'5", maybe.
6'5", Nick Smith. Jordan is 6'6". Kamani's 6'7". Twins 6'9", both of them.
Yeah.
Jalen Graham 6'9", 6'10". Who am I missing? Devo 6'3",
Maybe 4.
maybe 4.
That wingspan.
Yeah, with like a 8'12" wingspan.
Yeah. Nah, yeah.
I know that's 9 feet, by the way. It was a joke. But who else? Are we missing anybody else? I feel like we're missing somebody.
Not really. I mean,
On the
we name-
Hogs.
Yeah, we name majority. But to your point, yeah, I think once it comes down to, if it comes down late game and we execution, they might get us.
Yeah.
If it comes to getting the best out of a team, speeding the team up, I think that's where we can excel.
Yes. If it comes down to strictly hooping,
Like
let's hoop.
we got to speed them up, though.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
I think we got to speed. I think we have to speed them up. Because if not, they get that slow game going through Timmy and all that. We might be.
Right.
I don't know if we have
Well,
the patience.
I think too, though, you can really you can deal with Timmy this year. You can monster him.
Yeah.
You can send the monster trap. Because he doesn't have. I mean, yeah, he may have Julian Strawther to kick it to. And
I
then
feel like they be knocking them down, though.
they do. They make the most out of their looks.
They do, though.
You just have to have your near man rule. Get your rotations right, and you'll be
That's true.
fine.
Yeah.
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 But Ricky, we did leave out Ricky. Shout out the one. Yeah, Ricky's 6'6" as well, and can with like a 80-inch vertical.
He's technically listed at 6'7", and that day we saw him in the mall, I think he's all of 6'7".
Yeah, that's true.
I truly do. Like, we saw him, and I was like, okay, he's truly as tall as they list him. Because normally they boost a little bit, give you a few inches. But I promise you, we were like, okay, yeah, he's 6'7", for sure.
Yeah. Stick Bob does have a good point. He said we need NSJ to play better than last game for sure. I agree. But, you can't – you got to play the advocate. He's never been on this stage. I do think he feels
an immense amount of pressure. Let's start there.
Yeah.
I think he feels an immense amount of pressure because, and this is no knock, like Nick, if you see this is no knock at Nick Smith. He had a lot of, I think, over projection coming into the season.
Yeah.
You're talking about a kid that they said was preseason #1 pick before they discovered Victor Wembanyama and Scoot.
I see.
You know what I mean? This kid, he was picked to go #1. He gets hurt.
Yeah.
Does he debate, like, do I stay and have the college experience? Do I leave and forego and go to the draft?
Word.
Yeah.
Then he decides to stay. Okay, cool. But then when he comes back, there's 6 or 7 games these kids have been playing already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This game is kind of, may not be necessarily slowing down for them, but they're used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nick has never played at this pace, albeit that even though it wasn't non-conference, or even though it was non-conference and it's not conference basketball, you're still playing at a much higher level than you ever saw.
Word. It's D1 for sure.
Right, on an SEC team.
Right.
Yeah.
with NBA level coaching.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things, and I mean honestly.
And also, to be fair, if anybody, not just Nick, but like if anybody were thrown into a season 7 games in, they would struggle because you're going to be behind naturally. You're not going to have as many games underneath your belt, and it's going to take you a minute to get acclimated. It's not just Nick. That would happen to anybody. I've seen that happen on the women's side. I mean, I've been a part of teams that I've watched girls be thrown in 10 games into the season and have to try to figure it out. And it's really, 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 really tough. But when they do figure it out, it's something special. So I'm hoping that he gets it figured out and he can hit his stride at the right time.
Yeah, I agree. You also got to think, too, building on that point, coming into an Eric Musselman system is so different.
That's a good point, too.
His details. When I was there, we played a kid. I don't even remember the team we played, but his name was like Freeman Liberty. That was his name, like Freeman-Liberty.
Okay,
And when the scout Freeman Liberty caught the ball, he had a bullhorn, and he would hit the little beach siren.
Yeah.
He would hit that to say, like, you got to shrink the floor on this guy. So it's not just the stuff you're taught in high school help defense-wise. It's like, this guy caught the ball. I can't be on the help line. I got to be on the help line.
Yeah.
I got to be, this dude is a red shooter. I got to close out with a high hand, and I can't really give him that much space on my help side, on my help side.
Yeah.
On the help side, I should say.
It's detail after detail after detail.
If you catch it in the post and he shoots it over his left hand, carry the hand over the left shoulder. His left shoulder.
Yeah.
Carry your left hand over the left shoulder.
I memean, it's very much NBA caliber scout.
Yeah, and so, there's a lot of percentages and stuff that they talk about. They used to have, like, you remember, like, from school, the big Post-it things where you could, like, flip it over?
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
We would literally...
Project joints.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
science project.
Exactly.
Got mine.
Just like that. They would go on, they would print the whole roster pictures out, cut them out. Okay, here's what he looks like. Jay Jones, number 11. He is a shifty guard. He likes to go right. Force him left.
Yeah.
If he gets to the elbow or to the nail, he's probably going to pull up. Make sure that doesn't happen.
Damn.
If he gets to, you know what I mean?
And that's tough.
Like that's what, that's how they would be. For me, okay, he's a shooter. Make him put it on the floor.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable handling the ball. Make him be a scorer off the bounce. That's
like
what
you
they would
said,
say.
really detailed, man. They locking in on you.
Yes.
Word.
Okay, you have details, but then you have like attention to every single detail, and that is that.
Yeah.
And I do think coming from high school to that is also overwhelming. That's a huge shock, right? You're having to figure out, I have to remember these 25 things about this one person. And not to mention, you've got 4 other people to worry about on the floor that you have to remember everything about for them too. So it's a lot, and it's overwhelming. And again, the stress and the pressure. And by the way, Nick doesn't turn 19 till next month.
I'm not trying to hear all that, though.
He's an 18-year-old kid, Clay.
That is young, though.
That's an
I
18-year-old
didn't
kid.
turn 19 until after my freshman year.
No one cares,
Same.
quite
Trying to
frankly.
hear
You're
all
not Nick Smith.
I ain't trying to hear all that.
That was me, too, though.
I ain't trying to hear all that. Age is but a number.
But an 18-year-old competing on the biggest stage in college basketball.
Okay.
That's a big deal.
I get it. Yeah.
That's a big deal. Yeah. Anyways.
It's 18-year-olds also that's in the same tournament as him right now that,
That's true. I think he's going to put it together, though. I think.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think it's there to. I think it's there for him to learn and put it together. I'll say it like that. I think, once he takes the time out, did they say he done with social media and he just lock in, bro, get to it. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple more games. Hey, we here. Come on.
3 games to play in a chip.
Come on. You can still turn up.
Win tomorrow, win
Still turn
Saturday,
up.
and win the Final Four game. You are in the national championship.
See? Hey,
You're close.
that's what I'm saying. Turn up. And it can start defensively. I wouldn't even worry about the offense as much.
Yeah.
I'm
agreed.
just clamping up. Let me sit down. That's how I would start.
Yep.
That's
agreed.
me, though.
So do we want to project championship games since we just did Final Four? Or we did Elite Eight?
We did the Elite Eight. Yeah.
So do we want to do Final Four?
I think let's save it.
Save it.
Because then we can see the eye test on who's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, what's a good sport? Maybe baseball. You know what I mean? Like one team will come in there and they might have the best record in the MLB and make the playoffs, and now all of a sudden this last seeded team is coming in.
Yeah.
They hit the cover off the ball. They
You
just see
who are they?
exactly. You see
Yep.
every pitch, and it's like, why did this not happen? Like the whole 190 games that we've been playing. Where has this been?
Yeah.
And I mean, you leave a little bit more too of the of like the Fairleigh Dickinson idea, like Princeton. Princeton has an opportunity. FAU, granted, I don't think that's going to happen, but there's still a possibility. I mean, anything's possible.
That's true. That is true. Anything is possible, man. I'm excited to see again. I feel like this year was a lot of just like hooping. We watched the game. They didn't get a timeout for like 7-8 minutes, bro.
That was so crazy.
Straight hooping. You know what I'm saying? And I can appreciate that because I feel like sometimes, you know what I'm saying, just a lot of outside factors get in the way of basketball, as we talked about earlier. But you know what I'm saying? When you get to really just see teams hoop on a national stage, egos to the side, it's really dope to watch. So I'm grateful we got to see that this year, man. Looking forward to it, to continue. So
here's a question for you, Laney, that you know a little bit more about. Stick Bob asked in the chat. By the way, if y'all want us to answer any questions, just drop them in the chat real quick. We will be previewing the Final Four soon, but we are not done talking as long as y'all are asking questions. He says, who y'all have winning the women's bracket?
I think that is a good question. I think it'll probably be South Carolina again.
I agree.
Personally.
Yeah. See, I don't know too much. I didn't watch a lot this year, but I know they still cold, huh?
Yeah.
What about what's her name? Caitlin Clark or the lady Steph?
I would love if Iowa would beat South Carolina, but I think from Iowa's last game, it was very obvious if you make her a non-factor, they're very beatable.
How did they do that, though?
They basically double-teamed her every time she caught the ball.
You can get away with that in women's sports.
Yeah, especially when you're, like, by far the best person on your team. When you could go for 40 a night, you're going to be double-teamed. Yeah, naturally.
I triple team you.
Yeah.
What?
So they basically,
Double one in the gap.
Yeah, they guarded her hard. I do think LSU has a chance to go pretty far. I don't want them to win just because I don't like LSU.
Bayou Barbie.
I do love Kim
Angel
Mulkey,
Reese.
but anyways. But yeah, I think it'll be South Carolina again.
Yeah. I think I'm taking South Carolina. But I don't know, man. This is the crazy thing. South Carolina has so much pressure on them. Now,
They do.
I will say, like, those girls have been there. They won it last year, so they're looking to repeat. Okay, cool. But, like, other teams are just going to give them their best shot every night.
Yeah.
Because
true.
the
That's
other
true,
teams
though.
don't have a single thing to lose.
That's true though.
Yeah, and I don't know. I want to see Caitlin Clark continue to play. She's cold. In the Big Ten championship game, they beat Ohio State by like 9,000, and she had a 30-point triple-double.
Damn. Man. Yeah, she tough, bro. She is tough. Yeah.
Like needed.
I would like to
needed,
see her win it, bro.
She needed that much space to get it off. Just like Steph.
Just like Steph. They call
Kinda
her
wild.
Lady Steph, man.
Yeah, she just don't shoot it on the way up like Steph does. She actually does kind of come set and like bring the ball back and shoot it like normal.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. Crazy. Stick Bob said if Paige would have been healthy, UConn would for sure give them a shot. Yeah.
I think you've been saying his name wrong this whole time. I don't think it's Stick Bob.
Stick Bob. Sorry.
I kind of read it like that too, though.
Stick Bob. From now on, you're Stick Bob. My guy or gal. Saeed, what's up? My bad. I hope that's not your actual name because now I would feel really bad.
It's
if I butchered your
okay. It's
name.
okay.
Oh, Lord. But yeah, okay. So if y'all don't have any other questions, I guess we'll kind of leave this where it sits. Our Elite Eight winners are Texas. We have Texas, Arkansas.
Yep.
Or I'm sorry, our people headed to the Final Four. So Texas, Arkansas,
Michigan State.
and Bama for us. And Laney has K-State.
Yep. Okay.
So
And I would just also like to point out, if
Okay,
I am
Hawks.
right, I got 3 out of the 4 regions correct.
Damn.
Just saying.
Man,
But we'll
stunned.
see. We'll see.
That's big time.
yeah, I mean,
Because I wanted Virginia to
put?
beat Alabama just because I don't want Alabama to win, but then Virginia flopped. So there you
Sure
go.
did.
can we talk about how he literally threw it away.
Did. I feel so bad for the kid. Ugh.
I feel bad, but at the same time,
I don't get that though. I don't know what happened there.
I don't either. And I think it was after a timeout. So that's what I don't understand. You have 9.6 seconds. How long does it take to get across half court?
Shit.
I'm saying, like, how long do you get, though?
Oh, you get what?
10.
The NBA 10. I mean,
You get 10.
And NCAA is 10.
10
NBA
seconds.
is 8.
Yeah.
NBA is 8. NCAA is 10. Just catch it. Turtle
Yeah.
shell. You had a timeout.
Damn.
Call
they-
another one.
They just got. They had
forgot
just
they had
gotten
a
out of a
timeout.
timeout, and they had a timeout to use.
I forgot they had another timeout though. Ooh,
Anyways,
that's
we don't
rough.
need to. We haven't been in that position. We don't need to be talking about kids that have been. So.
No, I'm not trying. I mean, I'm not hating. I kind of am, but I'm not.
I don't know though.
But that's, I mean, yeah, it's a tough situation to be in. Never want to see somebody go out like that. but-
No, that's
Yeah.
That was rough
horrible
though.
way. Horrible way to lose.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. With that being said, so real quick before we get out of here, stay tuned. Right after this, we will be recording a NBA pod that will probably drop on hopefully Sunday. It'll be a short one, but we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Ja Morant situation, the Mavs, the Warriors are struggling. PG just got hurt last night. The new look Lakers. There's a whole bunch of stuff we can cover. But yeah, that'll be coming out on Sunday. But yeah, we got some big things coming. We've been in the gym the past 2 days.
I feel
Training.
it too.
Yeah, I do too. I felt it this morning. I was just like,
God dang, man. I said, Clay want to hoop again? We gonna be in there then.
yeah,
But, yeah, I've been tired,
we'll
bro.
take tomorrow off for the Hogs.
Whoop pig.
We'll pig.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
then we'll be back in there Friday and then Saturday. I don't know when Z leaves, but we're going to try to get in there as much as we can. So,
Word.
But yeah, if y'all don't have any other questions, with that being said, take us home.
All right, y'all. Appreciate you pulling up. Know it's late, but GG's, G's. We'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.